Okay, welcome back, class. This is example 3 I want us to look at. But then, from this very example, if you take a look at this now, you look at it now. Okay, which alphabet are we going to solve first? Is it either Y, Z, or X? But in this case now, you take a look at it from the explanation we did in the video where we have already solved. You say, well, you will easily solve, or you will be able to solve when you have two sides being given. So now we can't be able to solve X because what? We only have one here. We don't know what Z is. We won't be able to find Z because what? We have one here and we have Y here. So now the most easier one, or where you're going to start solving this, is what? Y. Where you have one here, you have one here already. So now in a simple representation now, you can easily what? Have it like this, and then this is where the right angle is. This is 1, this is 1, and then this is Y. So now, from here now, the most easier way to solve this is you can decide to they represent it by alphabet. We can decide to have let's say X, capital Y, and then capital Z. So now this is capital Y, this is small y, this is capital Y, that is X, that means this is small x. Now if this is capital Z, that means this is small z. So from here now, be able to identify our hypotenuse, we said the side opposite the right angle. The side opposite the right angle. So now, what is the side opposite the right angle here? It is y. So we can now say, okay, y square is equal to what? Is equal to x square plus z square. So from here now, this is what we are looking for. So now have y square is equal to, what is x square? X square we are having 1. So open bracket 1 centimeter, we now have square, plus what is our value of z? Our value of z is 1. So we now have 1 centimeter square. So now from here now, we now have, okay, y square is equal to 1 centimeter here, we now have what? 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter. Now 1 times 1 is what? 1. Centimeter multiplying centimeter, you have 1 centimeter square. So now this is what? 1 centimeter square plus the same here, which is 1 centimeter square. Y square is equal to, from what we are having here, if you add here, we should be having 2 centimeter square. Take the square root of both sides. This goes with this. We are left with what? Y is equal to, okay, in this case now, this is not a perfect square, but then we can decide to leave it the way it is by saying root 2 centimeter. But in this case now, you see we are not writing centimeter on the square on the centimeter because we applied the square root on the centimeter. Now this is the value of y, so we can see y is equal to what? Root 2. So now from here now, it now makes it easy for us to find z, because we know this side and then we know this side. So now the simple representation of z now, for us to solve z now, we're having something like this, and then this is what? Z, and then this is root 2, and then this is 1. So we can decide to what? Okay, this is capital Z, and then now say this is what? X, and then this is Y. So if we're having something like this, which side is what? Our hypotenuse. This is our right angle. This side is the side opposite the right angle. So this is automatically our hypotenuse. So now what? Okay, this is Z is equal to, so we now have that z square is small z actually is equal to, we now have what? X square plus y square. So from here now, we now say, okay, z square is equal to, what is our x? X is what? Now open bracket 1 centimeter square plus, what is our y? Our y is what? Open bracket root 2 centimeter square. So from here now, we have z square is equal to, as we have earlier solved there, you see what 1 centimeter square is what? 1 centimeter square. In this case now, the square is only on the centimeter because what? The square root of 1. If you are having 1 square, is the same thing as what? Is the same thing as 1 times 1, which is equal to what? 1. So from here, we now say plus. Now, okay, let's use this place and then express this. If you have what? Let's just use this side. We are having what? Root 2 centimeter square. This is the same thing as what? Is the same thing as root 2 centimeter, open bracket, or root 2 centimeter. Now, so this is the same thing as what? Okay, root 2 multiply root 2 is this is what? We are having what? Root 4. And then root 4 is a perfect square. So we now have root 4. Then centimeter multiplying centimeter will have what? Centimeter square. But in this case now, root 4 is a perfect square, which is going to give you equal to what? 2 centimeter square. And then another way in which you can be able to also simplify this is what? You can say what? This 2 goes with this root, and then you now have this here because what? The centimeter also what? Is also the square is also what? Meant for both of them. So the centimeter 2 carries the switch will be left with what? 2 centimeter square. So now, so based on what we are having here, we are going to be having what? 2 centimeter square. So we have z square is equal to, if you add this, you'll be having what? 3 centimeter square. Take the square root of both sides. This goes with this. We are now left with what? Z is equal to, now we are now left with what? Root 3 centimeter. This is not a perfect square. We leave it the way it is. But then the square on the centimeter goes with, square root on the centimeter goes with this. So now, the z is equal to what? Is equal to root 3. So now, since we have gotten this as root 3, it makes it easy for us to what? Know the value of x. In the case of the value of x now, let's just quickly bring out more of like the representation here. This is what we are having. This is the right angle. This is x. This is 1. And then this is what? Root 3. So can we now say let this be capital X, let this be capital Y, and then let this be capital Z? Even though we are expressing it this way because what we are being given an unknown here, which is x already. So we have to what? Make this to be angle x so that it will tally with what we have so that it won't confuse us. So from here now, you can easily what? Know where your hypotenuse is. Your hypotenuse is the side opposite the right angle, which is x. So we have what? Okay, x squared is equal to y squared plus z squared. So from here now, we now have, okay, x squared is equal to, what is our y squared? Is root 3. So we now have open bracket what? Root 3 centimeter, that's square, plus z we're having 1, open bracket 1 centimeter, then we now have square. In which, so from here now, we now have x squared is equal to, the same way we did for this earlier, you can easily see what? This goes with this, and then you now have what? 2 here. So we now have what? 3 centimeter square plus this one now is going to give us what? 1 centimeter square. At this stage now, you know that what? The square only lies on what? The centimeter. So you are now having what? Okay, x squared is equal to, if you now have this both, you should be having what? 4 centimeter square. So you now take the square root of both sides, and then this goes with this. Then we are now left with what? X is equal to, 4 is a perfect square because what? 2 times 2 will be able to give you 4. A normal multiplying itself gives you a perfect square. So now this goes with what? The whole of this, in the case of the centimeter, and then what? This is a perfect square. So we are going to be having what? 2 centimeter. So from here now say, therefore x is equal to what? 2 centimeter y is equal to root 2, and then what? Z is equal to root 3. I think with this, we have solved enough examples that what will give us a better understanding of what the Pythagoras theorem. I think if you check the next video, we are going to what go into Pythagorean triple to be able to what see how we'll be able to solve that. Thank you.